The following program is produced entirely by the television production students of Southeast High School, in partnership with Kaiser University, and by the medical experts at Intercoastal Cardiology of Sarasota, and by Cody's Original Roadhouse, and by the financial advisors at Mott and Associates in Bradenton.
Well, welcome to the baseball diamond of Southeast High School in Bradenton, Florida. It's another beautiful night of baseball. Southeast Knolls are hosting the Booker Tornadoes from Sarasota County. My name is Don McGee, and I'll be bringing you the play-by-play of tonight's action. And beside me is Coach John Harder, the former state coach of Florida for his basketball ladies. He also was up for USA Today's National Coach of the Year in 2014. John, how you doing?
I'm good, Don. Thanks for having me. This is great.
Well, it's so wonderful to be back with you. Each year, John and I now, this is several years we've been doing this, and we just have a lot of fun doing it.
And we pick a perfect night, I'll tell you. And not only is it St. Patrick's Day, but this is perfect baseball weather. Perfect.
And the good thing is they brought green beer for me to share with all the... No, I guess they didn't do that.
No, I have green water, so what's fair is fair.
Well, tonight's contest between Booker and Southeast is a district contest, and I know Booker is leading the district at 5-1. They played and Southeast is 3-2 this year, so this is a very important game for both teams.
Big game.
Booker played Southeast earlier in the year in Booker, and they lost 8-0.
Jared Cook was not pitching, though.
I understand.
All right.
There's been a long rivalry between these two schools. Booker and Southeast seem to have the same makeup for each other, and it's caused a nice rivalry. But Southeast does have the home field advantage tonight.
And the weather, and the luck of the Irish.
And it's March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. You are correct. We're getting ready for the first pitch. And Jared Cook is pitching for Southeast today. Up for Booker is Micah Davis, their pitcher. So it's pitcher against pitcher right off.
2-0.
Micah is the leading pitcher for Booker this year, and it's been doing a very good job for them. Takes a third ball.
Oh, boy.
So...
It's
one
early.
thing you don't want to do, I think, as a pitcher is start off 3-0, but I'm sure Jared will bring it back in.
And I think he's going to watch this pitch. He
and ball 4. So down to base, down to first, trots Micah.
Now batting, number 14.
That puts a little pressure on the defense now with a leadoff runner on first. Up to the plate for Booker comes Ryan Heller, the right fielder. They're still playing deep for the possible double play. Third baseman comes in a little bit. Yeah, they're checking out a possible steal.
McLean Powell at third. He's
Right.
watching for the bunt.
Ryan turns the bunt, and again, that just shows you that it's a possible steal on anyways.
Pickoff attempt, but no go.
Unsuccessful. Strike one.
There we go.
That takes care of a fake bunt because he didn't look like he was going to actually bunt
No,
that.
I don't think so. He lays it down. It's
Yeah,
foul.
it's foul.
Yeah. Bring him back.
Well, Booker this year is coached by a really good coach. He used to be a coach for Cardinal Mooney, and now is coaching for Booker. He's been coaching for Booker for several years now. And striking on the, and he's safe by quite a bit.
Throw down
Oh.
to second is deep. Center fielder retrieves it.
Good backup by the center fielder. Come in and
Now batting.
take that ball.
Number 20, James Bolden.
Andrew Jeske is the coach for Booker. He played a couple years at Purdue and coached at Mooney and now at Booker. Excuse me, for Southeast. Jeremy Schmidt is the coach for Booker. He did 9 years at Mooney, and he's been at Booker for about 4 years. Ooh, that's going to be foul. That was a tremendous line drive, but foul down the left field line.
5 feet to the right, and you'd have had a double and a run in.
All it is just a long strike. So the coaches for Booker, Jeremy Schmidt, I told you about. Chuck Woods is an assistant. Jason Schmidt is the pitching coach. And Johnny Baez takes care of infield for Booker. Booker has 3 players that are going to go on to play in college. I know Micah Davis, the pitcher, who was first up, is going to be going to Ave Maria and down to Fort Myers. Another
Foul ball.
just foul. Wow. You know, it looks really great drives, except now he's got 2 strikes on him.
Yeah, he got the wood on the ball.
He certainly did. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he pops it up on the first base side. Hauled
It's
in by
caught.
the first baseman who runs it into the pitcher,
Nobody advances.
making sure that that Micah Davis at second doesn't go to third on that play. So that's 1 down. Still
Two
have
down.
still
Two down.
Excuse me,
Number 7,
2 down and
Tanner Luke.
still
okay,
a
that's
runner
why
on
I'm here.
second. I'm glad you're here. Thank goodness.
Jeez.
As the viewers can tell, my voice is a little bit gone. I just came from a softball game,
And the score was?
and we were leading 10-0 in the bottom of the 7th when I left. Foul back for strike 1.
Don has helped Jack to a very, very strong start in softball at Southeast this year. Pretty proud of him. I'm sure he's going to give me an advertisement for their record before the night's out.
Absolutely, and down to third goes Micah. And he's in there safe.
McLean kept that ball in front of him, though. It could have been worse.
It sure could have been. He did a great job of keeping it out in front of him. Catcher's job is to block the plate, not to catch the ball. And he did that. Little low and away for ball 2.
2-1.
Brings the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Looks like the defense is aligned to. They're playing them deep. Strike 2. Evens the count, 2-2. Big hole between short and third. I don't think that what they're saying is he's not going to pull it. And he doesn't. Puts it right up the middle. And that's going to drive in a run with that single.
Now batting, number 6.
Yeah, that was a clean
Jake
hit.
Underhill.
This is Jake Underhill coming up. We're going to look at it again. See that single right up the middle, CNI single. Getting by.
Yeah, if he hadn't stole third, we could have
Right.
kept that run, but we're down 1-0.
And strike 1 to Jake.
Looked like a good curveball. Just caught that outside corner.
Jake Underhill has the honor of being the catcher for Booker. One of the most and strike 2. One of the most hardest jobs in baseball is catching. I have a lot of respect for every catcher who's out there.
I think you caught, come to think of it, Don.
Yeah, I did, and my knees and my fingers still hurt. And down to second, and we got him in a pickle. Going to run him back and tag him. He's got him. That's
Yeah.
out 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, they got the 1 run in, but they held him just to that 1 run.
Third base coach had his arms out like, what were you thinking? And now he's going to get a little bit of a lecture. He was dead in the middle of that 90 yards, 90 feet.
I know that feeling when you're stuck out there in the middle and nowhere to go. You know you're going to get put out. What you try to do is get him to throw that ball and then turn quickly and run into him. That's the only way you usually make it.
Yeah. Coach, now, before we get too deep into this, I need you to go over that
Yes.
coach again. Purdue, you mentioned. At first it was at the Booker. Our coach played at Purdue.
No, yep.
Can you give me that background a little bit?
Andrew
He's brand new here at
Jeske
Southeast.
is a new coach for baseball. And basically this program is really fresh and really alive right now. And I'm very impressed with Southeast baseball.
Uh-huh.
We've had some down years where we had good players and we had a pretty good coach, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't working. Well, this year there seems to be a fresh attitude with a couple new coaches, and Andrew Jeske is, like I said, a couple of years playing at Purdue, and then coming down from Indiana to coach here, along with Dylan Clark, who's assisting him.
Brett, the head coach, is social studies, and Dylan Clark, the assistant, is in PE. Both new faces at Southeast, and boy, we're lucky to get them. That's the feeling you're giving me, Don, is there's some new blood here.
Well, you can see the attitude seems really great, and the players look like they're alive, and it's a really good sign for Southeast. And if it doesn't happen this year, it's going to happen in the near future.
Bottom of the first.
Okay, coming up for Southeast is Cody Metters, the center fielder.
Now batting, number 3, Cody Metters.
How's Cody been doing this year?
Well, first off, he's a junior,
Okay.
playing center field, and I've got his stats right here. Played all 8 games. He's batting .238.
Nice. Gets a little under it. And, foul ball.
2 feet right, and he would have added to that batting average.
I love a left-hander leading off. Causes the defense to do a lot of different things. They're playing way in on him. Obviously, they have a book on him that they don't think he's a power hitter. Oh, what a drive right down first base, and it's going to travel. He's going to 2. Nope, they held him up.
He's excited.
The coach was pointing to 2, but he held him up.
Now batting.
Great play by the right fielder to stop that from being
Yeah.
extra bases.
Because Cody's got a little bit of speed. He's scored 7 times so far this year. And at leadoff, he's got another opportunity tonight. First base with nobody out. And I think you told me, Coach, that their best pitcher is on the mound.
Their number one pitcher, his record is 5-1 this year, and they happen to be 5-1 in the district, leading the district. Strike one. This is Kareem Lewis, who's been around for quite a while, number 20. He's the catcher. He's got that build of a catcher. That's what I look like when I was catching, right there. Safe at first.
All muscle. That's what you're telling me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Except mine wasn't all muscle. It was, I don't know. Back again. Safe
Careful,
again.
Cody. This kid's got a little bit of a pickoff.
Well, that's okay. Let him keep making that move over there and tire his arm out and not pay attention to the hitter. Strike two to Kareem.
Kareem's batting .278.
Kareem's one of the top hitters for Southeast. I remember him from last year.
Yeah. And you can get a hit 1 out of 4 times.
Well, you make a couple $1 million in the major leagues. And safe again.
He's only got to throw that away 1 time.
It's going to happen sooner or later. The reason why he's throwing over there, you can see that lead is a big lead.
I'm watching Brett at third base on the coaching signs, and Cody's picking him up. So
Ball one, bangs the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
he might just want him to run.
Well, the secondary lead, once he takes a secondary lead, he's creeping out there.
Base stealing is an art.
And to the shortstop, looking for a double play. Turns it, and it is. Six, 4, 3, double play.
Now batting, number 9, Kevin Lyons.
That brings Kevin Lyons up, number 9. He's the shortstop for Southeast.
133 after his first 6 games.
Has he got many at-bats?
15.
Strike one, yeah. So he doesn't have a lot of at-bats
No.
for the game. You know, batting averages can be really deceiving. You can look really great, or you can look really terrible with just a few at-bats. Ball one, brings the count 1-1, evens it up. And a ball slightly high, I think, is what they called. But anyways, it brings the count to 2 balls, 1 strike.
It was coming down, but it didn't quite make it.
Didn't make it. Oh, that is a shot into the into left field and caught.
It hung up there. It was long but high, and left fielder got under it fairly easily.
Well, that's the end of the first inning, and score 1-0 Booker. We'll be back right after this important public service announcement. You're watching SETV Sports. Have a good night. Yeah, you know more about the players and the coaches than I do. Try. at Southeast Knowles Baseball
Number
Diamond.
6, Jake Underhill.
Coming up for Booker, number 6, Jake Underhill, back up there for the second time, but first official at bat.
Jared's ready at the mound. I think he's going to have a good inning.
And a straight up, but I think it's going to be out of
High
play.
foul. Way out of play.
And hits the football stadium stands. That's nice. You start off with a strike. That's just great. Getting ahead of a hitter is just so important in baseball. And a little outside, low and outside for ball 1. Asking for a level swing. Here comes pitch number 3. And swings at one again. And obviously he knows something about this hitter because he put it in that same spot and he swung at that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mr. Underhill. And right in the gap between short and third.
And that is a gap. That's
a large gap, yes.
That's always
Now batting,
susceptible.
number 8.
Well, you got to give a gap somewhere. You
Yeah.
got to, you
Yeah.
get either short or third or second and short. But so
They've already hit one up the middle, so he was playing a little close
yeah,
to
you
second.
kind of it's a guessing game. It's a
Yep.
guessing game. Now you'll see them switch. They'll play even more towards the right side
Yep.
with a left-hander up.
And we got to get him at second.
This is number 8, Nick Terzian, the center fielder, and fouls the first one back. I like that sound of the ball hitting the stands back there. Right?
Just so it's not the roof of my Chevy truck.
Well, yeah, if you parked it out there, you're
I
in
did
trouble.
not.
Oh,
I
good,
parked
good,
as far away as I could.
good. If you notice it, hit by the ball. It's going to take his base down there. Puts 2 runners on with no outs. Yeah, you'll notice that first line of the parking lot, there are no cars parked there. So apparently they think there are a lot of right-handed hitters hitting into right field.
Or they've parked there once before.
Yes. Dustin Lambert at the plate, the left fielder. Made a nice running grab on that last play against Southeast.
Throw down to second, but nothing moving.
Well, I thought it was interesting. He actually tried to force that throw there by making a quick move, and it worked.
Don, what number is this batter in the order?
Number 6. Oh, nice bunt. And everybody's safe.
I was afraid of that. He looked awfully lean and fast.
Oh, he
Lay
put
down
it
that
put it in such a perfect spot.
Yeah.
You know. Once you run into your 6 through 9 batters, those are usually the ones you got to worry about with playing small ball.
Yep.
And if they can set up the bases for the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, all the better for them.
Yeah, they're looking to
Coming to bat,
hit
Hunter
us big
Johnson,
here.
number 9, the first baseman, who hits it right in the gap also. Picked up by the shortstop. That's going to... 1 run is going to
Run is
score.
in.
Base is still loaded.
Now batting, number 4, Cody Brown.
Hunter has got a scholarship to the University of Dubuque in Iowa. So you can see why he's doing so well.
I was hoping for a good inning for Jared. I had that feeling, and I was wrong. There's nobody out. The bases are loaded. A run is already in.
Well, they really haven't smacked the ball that
No.
hard. You know, he's got
They're
a
hitting the
CNI
gaps.
signal. You got a bunt perfectly placed. You got a stolen bat. I mean, everything seems to be working in Booker's favor right
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
But it's not all because of, certainly not because of the pitching of Southeast.
No. He's not. Only walked 1 batter so far tonight, and They're hitting the ball.
Yeah, they're putting bat on it. They're putting wood on it and moving the batters around, moving the runners around.
Coach A took a trip to the mound, and he's settling things down here.
Another foul ball.
I've heard the kids at school call him Coach A. I can't pronounce his last name. You did a pretty good job with it.
Well,
Try it one more time, Don.
Jeske.
With an A, and it's Jeske?
I'm telling you how he told me.
Where's the A and D? Andreski.
I don't even have his name down. I put it down phonetically because I knew I would not be able to do it.
See, I put the pressure on you. For the most part, you're right. I mean, who's going to tell us we're wrong? His wife?
Strike two.
I'm sure she's listening, so I'll get it by the next game, wife. For now, it's Coach A.
Yeah. Brett Andrew, is that what it is?
Brett.
Brett? Sure it isn't Andrew?
No.
Oh, I think it is. And third foul in a row. Cody Brown is up at the plate, the third baseman, and he's fouled off the last three successively. Doesn't look like he had a great swing. Of course, he is the ninth batter, but let's see what happens here. Southeast looking for a double play. Oh, right field.
Should be caught. It is.
And nobody is coming home. You got him at two.
Thought they could have tagged him at two and still thrown into the plate.
And it didn't look like three was going home.
No.
So,
I don't know why he didn't tag him.
well, he was worried about the lead runner.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you need to. You always worry about the lead runner, but it looked like he could have had him. So now we got one out. Base is still loaded. Only one run in this inning.
And I have figured out that there are 12 letters in our head coach's name. 12. That's a lot of letters.
It's not like harder. I'll tell you right now. That's half. That's double a harder.
There you go.
That's exactly what I said. I said Andrew Jeske, and darn it all, Mr. Harder, Coach Harder is giving me a hassle up here.
I want the world to know who he is. We're lucky to have him out
We
of
are.
Indiana.
You're absolutely right.
Young men.
And another shot. Deep left field up against the fence. That's going to bring home several. Oh, that's out.
Automatic double.
That's out. Oh, no, it is.
It
You're right.
went under the fence.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I
need a
don't
replay.
know about that. I didn't see it at the end.
Boys
Yeah,
on Booker
they call
must.
it a home run.
Yeah, they were all out of the dugout right away. They had a better view of it than we did up here.
So
I thought it's rolled under the fence. Doggone it.
that'd be a grand slammer.
Wow. And that ball is just sitting out there in the football field where they practice, and it's driving me nuts. A white dot out there, just 2 feet out of the ball yard. Somebody go get it.
Kick it out.
Man.
Now batting, number 14, Ryan Heller.
That brings the number 2 hitter, Ryan Heller, up, the right fielder. Ball high.
Come on, Jared. We're down 6. 1 out in the second.
Down 6 on one swing of the bat. As I said before, Micah Davis, who hit that home run, is going to Ave Maria in Fort Myers on a scholarship. So they're going to really welcome him there for both his pitching and his hitting.
Yeah, that was 329 feet. 2 feet over the fence.
Okay, count on Ryan is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Straight up the middle for another single. Puts a runner at first. Got a pretty good hitting team in Booker.
And that's a Booker parent that just went out to left to retrieve that Grand Slam baseball.
Now batting,
You see the purple shirt, do you?
Yeah, I sure do. I wonder if he's going to give it back to us.
I don't think so. I think that one's gone. And we really don't want that back.
That's a good point. I was thinking of using it for JV practice.
Oh, nice
Ooh.
throw by our catcher.
Throw down
That
to
was,
first.
Kareem Kareem Lewis is our catcher, made a nice throw down, and
Kareem's a junior, and we saw him back behind the plate last year, Don.
yep, he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Little outside for a ball. This is James Bolden up, number 6, and number 20 is he's the shortstop. And a pickoff play at first, and he's back safe. For a right-hander, that's a pretty good move, I think.
Yeah, it was close.
Strike. Hit the outside corner. Brings the count 2 balls, 1 strike on James Bolden. And outside.
Boy, outside. The count goes
Evens-
3-1.
Count evens up at 2-2. 3-1. What did I say? 2-2?
That's
3-1.
I had said 3-1, so they were listening.
Oh, God. Thank goodness you're here. And there's, oh, no, it is 3-2. I told you it was 3-2. I was just thinking ahead a little bit. It happens.
Crystal ball.
We got 1 out. A double play would be really nice right here. And there's a ready-made double. Oh, a little bobble. And we're safe on an E6.
Hard hit.
Very hard hit.
Tried to backhand it and just a quick bobble.
Now batting, number 7, Tanner Luke.
Tanner Luke, number 7, the second baseman for Booker, is coming to the plate with two runners on, 1 out.
What number is he in the order, Don?
Tanner's number. He's the cleanup hitter.
Yeah.
Little outside for ball 1. You know, it's very strange to see a second baseman being the and a strike, being in a 4 spot.
Yeah, I can't remember that I've seen it.
I don't think I've seen that. Well, I'm sure I've seen it somewhere, but I don't remember where.
And it wouldn't have been on my high school team because that's where I played.
Well, there. So you were batting number 1, were you?
98 pounds.
98 pounds.
Naked wet.
All right. Oh, brings the count 1 ball, 2 strikes in that foul ball.
How I gained the other 100, I'll never figure it out.
100? You kidding me? Well, you look like 120 now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
No, that was years ago. But I did play second base.
Runner's going, throw down safe. But that takes care of number 7, strikes him out.
And we have 2 down.
2 down, 2 away. Runner on third. Brings up the the catcher, Jake Underhill.
Third base coach going crazy on the signals. What's he going to do with a man on first, 2 dead,
Well,
second base is open?
You have that first and third situation. There's so many things you can do.
Now batting,
Yeah.
number 6,
Oh, there's so many possibilities. But with 2 outs, I would probably have the hitter hitting away,
Okay.
and I'd have the runner getting rid of the force. Oh, my, right out to center
That's
field.
deep. And caught, yeah.
Nice catch.
Here we go.
And that's 3 down.
Come on, Seminoles, we need some runs here.
Yeah, we're going to need a few runs to get back into this ball game.
Leaving that runner on third was big, though. I like that.
Well, as we said, Booker took us 8-0 in the first game, but with the home field advantage, we were hoping that'd be something that could help us out. I did want to mention that I wanted to ask you, because I know you're a big Chicago Cubs fan. How are they doing this spring? I'm sorry, did I say that?
Gee.
How are they doing this spring?
You know that spring doesn't count. We're 3-10. We're in dead last, and the whole season's ahead of us.
And when you say dead last, you're talking about the whole league, right? Okay, just check it.
Will you meet me back here in October when the leaves turn?
Well, actually, I have a lot of sympathy and a lot of empathy for the Chicago Cubs this year. When you got the manager, Joe, you got Ben Zobrist, who was my favorite player when he was with the Rays.
And mine.
And really?
Yeah.
And Jason Hamels, former pitcher with the Rays.
And then add the St. Louis Cardinals, and you have a new makeup with some young prospects for the Cubs. This is our year, Don. You heard it here first.
Well, I believe you. I'm pretty impressed with that. I mean, I know they got I think Joe really likes the Boston Red Sox from years past because he's got quite a few Red Sox, former Red Sox on the lineup too.
Yeah, that has to do a lot, I think, with that general manager who was
Right.
with the Red Sox,
Right.
bringing them a world championship.
Exactly.
It's going to be an exciting summer. But as far as spring goes, your original question.
Swing and a miss.
Now, we also favor the Rays and the Pirates up here in this booth, and they too aren't off to a great start. They're not even 500, neither of them.
Yeah, I was going to mention about and another strike two on Kelton.
Kelton's batting .222.
He's got a good swing on it. He's in that 4 spot for Southeast.
My stats control 8 games, and he's played in all 8 games.
And battles and fights another one off. That was a little out of the zone, but he didn't want to take a chance, and he fouled it off. Oh, swing and a miss for a strike up on Kelvin. That's gonna bring McLean Powell up, the third baseman, number 19.
Whose father coaches at Southeast in boys basketball. Southeast graduate, father to son.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's community. That's the way it's supposed to be.
That was back in the days.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays, you pretty much can go anywhere you want at any time you want.
Even within the school year.
Even within the school year.
Sport to sport.
Foul back for a strike.
Don't get me started, Don.
I'm with you 100%. I understand that. I think it's amazing. If I've got an athlete who gets a little disgruntled or doesn't want to do what the coach says, just move on to the next one.
How did it get like that? I don't know. Why can't others see it the way we do?
Florida High School Athletic Association at its best.
Yeah, the people in charge are not coaches. Administrators.
Well, what's really bad is that it favors all the really good teams that have the populations now and have the athletes. Strike 3. That's 2 down. Yeah, it favors all the teams that are already pretty good, and the teams that are coming up that are a little challenged. Those are the ones that are going to get hurt because all the good players want to move on to. They want to be with the number 1 team.
And the state's okayed it, and the county's okayed it, and it's going to get worse.
It will.
9 classifications doesn't help either. They've spread it out way too thin. Just adding a new class last week. I thought 8 was a lot. I guess next year at this time we'll have 10, the year after 11. They keep moving down the interstate, so we'll be at 12
Well,
by the year 2020.
Alice Canone is at the plate, second baseman, number 7. Counts 2 balls, 1 strike. Takes another one for 3-1. Hitters count. He's got that hitter's count ready to drive it and inside, and he walks down there. Actually, I think it hit his shirt, so they're going to call that a hit by pitch.
Now batting, number 18.
Zach Hughes, number 18, the right fielder, is up now. Well, Southeast needs to get some runs in, so you need some base runners. So Zach needs to move him around and get on base himself. Takes a strike, first pitch strike. Swing and a miss. Good cut.
He's throwing hard, though. If that's their best pitcher.
That is their best pitcher.
See why he's got a scholarship.
Micah Davis is certainly a good pitcher. But you know what? Ooh, swinging at a ball out high out of the zone for a strike.
That doesn't help us either.
So Zach is out on strikes. That means it's still 6-0 at the end of 2. And okay, and we're going to send it to a PSA right now.
What's that homework at?
I don't have any homework.
I know you got the homework. Man, we know you do. You do have it. Next time, you won't be so lucky.
We're back. Seminole Field, Southeast baseball. It's the 3rd inning with the Seminoles down 6-0. Jared Cook is still on the mound.
We want to send out a thank you to some people here that help sponsor Southeast baseball. I want to say a big thank you to Kaiser College,
Now batting, number
Intercoastal,
Nick Terzian.
the doctors at Intercoastal, and Mott Associates, along with Cody's Roadhouse. All 4 are just tremendous sponsors of our baseball game tonight. Up for Booker, number 8, Mike Terzian, the center fielder. And evens the count 1-1 on the foul ball.
Jared's mixing up the pitches. He's there's a curveball. He's got a slider. The Booker pitcher's been mostly fastball, but there's a changeup, and I like what Jared's trying to do. He needs to get back in this ball game quick.
Well, got ahead of the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a good start. This is the number 6 batter in the lineup. And a solid single out there to center field.
Ball is finding a spot to land just over the reach of our second baseman.
Now batting, number 11.
What's
Dustin
really
Lambert.
discouraging is that he got ahead of the batter. He had him going wherever he wanted, and just came in a little too much in the zone with that pitch.
Yeah, it would have been nice if he could have hit the corner or even missed it by a
Right. He
by
had
a
a, he
hair.
had he had a chance. He could have wasted one. Okay, Dustin Lambert up, the left fielder, number 11.
The screen said Tanner Luke, so
Yeah, he might have changed it without me. Tanner Luke.
either way he's number 11.
Well, number 11 is the guy I just said, Dustin Lambert.
I'm with you, Don.
You know what?
I've worked with you too long.
Darn it all, I think we're right. I think we got this one. What they did is he's the left fielder, which if everybody scores baseball, they realize 7 is the left.
Yeah.
Ooh, high fly ball. Right on the infield. Shortstop brings it in for out number 1. Yeah, number 7 is the left fielder, and they kind of switched it and thought I was number 7, the batter.
Yeah.
That brings up number 9, Hunter
Number
Johnson.
9, Hunter Johnson.
He's the first baseman.
Hi, Kevin. I was hoping you'd come up to see me. One of our leading hitters with a bum finger. He'll get back next week, I'm hoping. Meanwhile, he's getting an A in government class, and that's just as important.
You got an A. All right.
He sits up front. That's important.
You're getting a smile out of him. I can see that.
I'm glad. I asked him to come up and say hi.
Good.
And I think I saw you take the lineup card out there once. Is that true, Kevin? Yep. Coach A is keeping you busy while you're wounded. Injured reserve.
Got 1 ball on the batter, Hunter Johnson. And strike 1. Bringing the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kevin Vasquez, number 4. Kevin, you pronounce the coach's name for me, please. That's what I said all along, Don.
What did you say?
Andrew Jeske.
That's what I said.
I think you said Coach Jeske. You forgot the A and D, remember?
I said Andrew.
It was a little quiet, Andrew.
I said Andrew. Now hold it just a second here. We're going to have a fight up here in the booth. This coach thinks he's hot stuff over here. This Coach Harder. We're going to have to take him out. I got 3 or 4 guys with me. We can do it.
Come on.
Hold it. That's not fair. But he's got a bad finger.
But it's not on his hitting hand.
Well, good. 2 away. Shot out into center, right center.
Line drive.
Coming up with it, making the throw to third. It's going to be ahead of him. Oh, just a little offline.
Yeah, and he slid anyway.
If that ball wasn't on line, he would have had him.
I think so. A lot of dust over there. Timeout.
That brings up number 5, Micah Davis, the pitcher for Booker.
With 2 outs.
2 outs, runners at first and third. First and third situations always tricky, like we talked about. What's going to happen? The good thing is it happens with 2 outs. So we all know that the play's at 1.
Come on, Jared.
I got confidence in Jared on this one.
No, I had him in class also.
Just a touch outside for ball 1. Ball 2, excuse me.
But I think it was a B. Put the pressure on Kevin to keep that A.
Kevin will do it. I got confidence in Kevin. Ball 3, a little outside. Pitching very carefully to this guy.
Yeah. He's a good hitter. This boy must be a senior, this one at bat, the pitcher.
Yes, he's
He
a
is?
senior. Micah
Okay.
Davis, yeah.
He looks mature.
And right to the second baseman. He's going to go 1. Go 1. Go 1.
I had a feeling he'd pull him off. The angle wasn't good. Run scores. Umpire was right there. I could feel it up here.
Now batting, number 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bad break, Don.
Yeah, tough one. Usually with 2 outs,
Well, that was a put out.
the play's at 1.
Yeah.
Well, the runner had a good start on that. He was heading down there. I don't know if he was stealing or whatever, but he was heading down to second at a pretty good clip, so maybe just fast. These runners are first and second. 2 outs. 1 run in this inning. And a foul off, fouled off. This is number 14, Ryan Heller.
Thanks for coming up,
right
Kevin.
fielder. Thanks, Kevin.
I was about to put him on the mic to ask him about his favorite teacher, but
Well, just do
he
me a
left
favor.
before.
Don't turn around. Whatever you do, don't turn around and don't say hello to the guy behind you.
Hey, Jack.
Steps on the third for the third out, and we're out of that half of the inning.
10-0 on that softball game when we left. What was the final score, Jack? Woo! Lady Seminoles, do it again.
You had 2 outs.
Can I get a handshake there? Congratulations, Jack. Hey, how about you take the headset for a minute and tell them who you are?
Okay, I guess they gave me the headset. This is Jack Howells. I'm the head coach for the Southeast High School girls softball team.
And our record?
Our record at the moment is 8-6.
One of the best starts in school history.
That's right. As Coach Harder's reminded me, one of our best starts in many, many years, and 3-3 in the district. So it's had a nice 15-0 win tonight. So our Rebecca Boson, our pitcher, has been doing a great job for us this season, and the other girls have been doing just as well as far as backing her up and playing hard behind her.
Well, Coach Howells, I do have a question for you, though. There's one of your girls that seems to have glue on her body. Seems that the ball always sticks to her body. Who was that?
You're talking about Deja?
I'm talking about Deja, yes.
Yeah, she leads the team in getting hit with the pitch.
She was hit 3 times tonight while I was there.
Yeah.
Nobody else, well, very few other people were hit. She gets hit every time.
Yeah, that's for sure. She's.
She tracks that ball like no other would.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but she gets on base. Okay, we have Monday, which is obviously first day of spring break. We play Sarasota Christian at Sarasota Christian. That'll be a good game. I think they're ranked number 2 or 3 in 2A.
Four in the state.
Number
Yep.
4 in the state for Class 2A. So that should be a really good game. We beat them 3-2 the first time we played them, and that's the only loss they have on their record this year. So they're going to be coming hard after us for that game, and hopefully we'll be ready for them. And that'll be a nice game before we go into spring break. And then after that, after spring break, we got 2 district games, which will be key. We have Bayshore and Booker coming up. So we'll need to be ready for those games as well.
Bayshore has one of the top pitchers in the area pitching for them. And strikeout. One of the top pitchers pitching for them in softball in the area. We're going to see that last pitch, which was right on the outside corner. Perfect pitch, perfect placement, and for strike 3. Thank you very much. So back to softball anyways. We got Booker and Bayshore coming up here shortly after the spring break, and 2 crucial district games with a 3-3 record. You got a chance to move up either into the number 2 spot or number 3. I know that Lakewood of St. Pete and Southeast are tied.
We're tied with Lakewood St. Pete. Yeah,
Right.
we really need to get at least a split out of those 2 games to secure the number 3 seed, and which would really be a nice place to be going into district playoffs.
Yeah.
If we don't, then we're dependent on a coin flip to see what happens there. So, and you don't want to leave your fate in the hands of a coin.
But like Coach Harder said, you're, what a shot there. Oh, high fly ball to center field. Got under it just a hair. Otherwise, that would have been out of here. He really had a nice shot into it. Coming up is the center fielder, Cody Metters for Southeast, with 2 down in the bottom of the 3rd.
Come on, boys, let's get it going.
And ball 1. You notice that they bring their outfield in for Cody. So they certainly have a book on him. Swing and a miss for strike 1. If he doesn't get around on it, there's a lot of room in left field heading towards the line. Because they're swung around for him to pull. Counts 2 balls, 1 strike on Cody. And a swing and a miss for strike 2. It only takes 1.
Yeah, if you could lace one down that third base line.
Oh my gosh, he'd be walking around those bases. And fouled it off. Way to battle. Way to stay in there.
Be taking him low outside.
Oh, he's heading down. And out. Almost.
Well, I thank you for the little visit here.
Well, we appreciate you coming up, Coach Howells, and anytime you want to visit us, we're here for you.
All right, thank you very much.
And thanks for the update on the softball team. Right now, we're at the end of 4. We have the score 7-0 Booker leading. I'm going to turn it over to for a PSA, a very important PSA. This is SCTV Sports. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to do any drugs because I know it'll cost me. It cost me a lot of money for my blood pressure medicine. So anyways.
We had a nice visit from Coach Howell, didn't we?
We did. It
Yeah,
was wonderful
Jack
to hear
is-
from him.
There's school spirit here, but not much passes by Jack. He's at every girls' basketball game that he can get at. He follows all the sport teams. He'll work that concession stand for football like no other coach on our staff. Where Dan Bradshaw brags about that man all the time. Our athletic director, Bradshaw, of course, who's here tonight, like he is all the time. A lot of support at Southeast. This is
Well,
this
I'll
is a
have
great
you
school.
know, I'm going to give you a little correction, though. I will tell you that he doesn't work the concession stand. At football games, what he does, there's 3 of us, and we do the chains
Oh yeah,
for every
you're
football
right. This
game.
just recently.
And we've done that for 3 years now.
Yeah. Before that, he was in the concession stands all the time.
Yep. Nice soft hands by that coach over in third base. And yes, I try to make every basketball game I can because it's so exciting for girls basketball, ladies basketball here at Southeast. The one claim to fame we have is your team. Little poke into right field, coming in hard, and gonna drop in right between them.
Drops.
Somebody needs to call that off. That right fielder probably should have taken that all the way in and called off the center
Yeah, I
fielder.
think so too. It's
for
easier to
second
run
base.
in than it is to run backwards.
It's a lot easier coming into it. Yep. And we're gonna watch that. You can see the second baseman going out and the right fielder coming in, and then each stop thinking the other's gonna get it.
That's it for Jared. Doggone it, good boy. Had him in class, and he had a tough night, and he's had a great season. He was our ace.
Well, they're up against the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
in
Yeah, they're good
district,
hitters.
So, I mean, it's not like they're bad hitting team. This
No.
is a wonderful hitting team.
And then they had some of that Irish luck tonight. There were some balls that dropped or were well placed that on another night could have been caught.
A little seeing eye single here, a little
Yeah,
seeing eye
right.
single there.
There you
Ball
go,
drops,
Don.
loop single drops in here right now. I mean, it just isn't fair.
And there's Coach Andrzejewski, Coach A.
Which I said
Make-
correctly. I
yes,
just
you
wanna-
did, Don.
Well,
I'm
I just
telling
want.
you.
I've got it on recording now. I can pull this back up.
Well, I'm sure his wife is going to. So
You know,
again,
and the guy who was protecting you is gone now. So I just want to let you know that.
Kevin Vasquez went back down to the dugout, and I might have to retrieve him. Tip my hat. Do you know this pitcher? Give me some lowdown here. Number 2. What is his name? I have a sheet on it.
At Southeast,
Yep, I don't know the boy.
that's Kyle Metters.
Kyle Metters.
Okay.
He's pitched in 6 games.
Uh-huh.
He has a 1.00 ERA. He, in 7 innings pitched in those 6 games.
Yeah. When you're down 7-0, you might as well get some experience, anyways. And I don't know what year he is.
I'm
But
trying to look that up.
I
You
think
took
he's pretty young, and because I don't remember him from before. But
I don't either. That's why I say I don't know him in school.
is he?
I have the seniors,
Is he Cody's
so we know
brother?
he's not a senior. He's a sophomore. Thanks, guys. That's why we have backup.
We need backup.
Yeah, I don't know too many 9th or 10th graders at the school yet.
Well, you got a 10th grader pitching right now, Cody Metters, and we're going to see how he does. He's kind of comes like sidearm, or not sidearm, but 3/4 arm over the top there, as opposed to over the top. And
Don, not that you've made a mistake tonight, but this is Kyle Metters.
what I just say?
You said Cody.
No, I said Cody is his brother. To the best of my knowledge, his name is Kyle Metters.
We'll play it back.
Hey, I got it. I got it on recording. I'm telling you right now.
I'm not going to count up the
I'm
mistakes.
gonna.
You've had a long day.
Mr. Sanders needs to come up here right away and separate us, because
Speaking of Mike Sanders, what a job he's done. If you look close in the back of the kid that just got hit, he's constantly walking back and forth. Sanders knows exactly what's going on in this press box.
oh, that guy, he's something else, I'll tell you.
We're lucky to have him. And Michael Brooks, he's out here again tonight in shorts.
Michael Brooks with that long-haired guy,
He's
You mean that-
tremendous.
that ponytail thing.
And he doesn't want his name mentioned. That's what gets me.
Oh, I'll
That's-
never mention Brooks.
That's
I'll tell
called
you right
humble.
now. I'll never mention his name.
Sanders and Brooks work in the background and don't want to be mentioned, but we just
The
did
two
it.
Mikes, Mike and Mike, huh?
That ball is low and outside.
Do they have a show on ESPN, Mike and Mike?
I think these two guys do.
I think
actually.
they do too, yeah. Well, as we know, SCTV Sports and SCTV period has been one of the top TV schools in the nation, high school TV schools.
We just had a big write-up in the Bradenton Herald yesterday about the academic team that was debating somewhere, and SCTV showed up and carried the crowd. There were 50 big shots there that night, and the article praised what Southeast did from the television.
Well, they're such professionals.
Yeah. There's no one that can touch them.
Yeah, except
National champs, actually.
they are
National champs.
And
This
several
crew.
years they were national champs.
Yeah. And will be while Sanders is here. I believe that. As long as Brooks stays with him, I guess. They're a team, Mike and Mike, right?
You know, we have a banquet every year, and I go to it every year, and they give me a little plaque. But the other person I never see there is Coach Harder. I never see him there. I don't know why.
It's Mike and Mike, not Don and John.
Oh, a smash out to right center. And a diving catch. Unbelievable. He tagged up.
I don't know.
I was watching
You better
that.
try it. Throw the ball to second. Touch second.
Yeah,
Appeal.
I'd step on second no matter what.
Jeez, Brett's out here finally.
Oh, this is a great replay. Watch this.
Coach A is out there in right field checking out his. Coach A just went out to right field to check our ball player. Boy, that was a diving catch.
That was a great play.
Districts aren't too far away, and we don't want anybody injured here tonight. Giancarlo's with him. There's my boy. JK. Everywhere. Every night.
He also has a lot of accolades as a
Oh,
trainer
my
here at
goodness.
Southeast, huh?
He's wearing green tonight like Coach Harder. The two of us must be Irish. I can't remember ever seeing Coach Carl in green.
Well, first of all, he usually has Southeast stuff on,
It's St. Patty's Day.
but it is St. Patty's Day. Looks like they're going to let him stay out there.
Yeah.
8, Nick Terzian.
Hope they got Coach Carl on the television. That's all I care about.
Okay, let's bring you up to date. Well, we got a little break here. It's 7-0 in the top of the fourth. We have one runner on first, runner on third, that old first and third situation. But the difference now is there's only one out. So we're gonna see exactly what's going to happen for Booker. Nick Terzian, the center fielder, is up, left-hander, and there's all kinds of possibilities here.
And the clock just turned 8:01. This game is an hour old. First and third. Oh, the bunt.
Let's see if
Pulls
Kyle
it back.
can do anything, and
Yes!
oh yes! Oh, no. Nick walks down to first. That's going to bring up Dustin Lambert, the left fielder for Booker. Let's see that. Oh, right on the leg. Well, you know what? At least you get the fat part. Otherwise, it's not the chest or in the ribs.
And he didn't make a whole lot of effort to move out of there either.
Coming up is a substitute, Alex Arvero.
Protect the ball.
Alex Arvero, batting for Dustin.
It's a good job by our catcher. That gets past him, another run scores.
Ball one, no strikes. And a little low for ball two. Bases loaded. One away. And coach is going out to talk to Kyle Metters. Try and get the infield, try to explain exactly what we're going to do in this given situation. Where are we going to go if the ball comes to us? How you need to throw strikes right now because you can't allow another walk. Looks like he's showing just going over technique with Kyle.
I'm just crafty like that.
Gives him a little speech and heads back. What's that coach's name again? I'm
Coach
sorry,
A.
I couldn't hear.
A. Andrew
You
Jeske.
talking about Andrew? Okay, the guy I'm talking about, Jeske?
Out of Purdue. That's an Indiana boy.
Okay, just want to make sure you know that.
And he can't be more than 98 pounds. No offense, but he's the thinnest coach on Bradshaw's staff.
Well, Coach Bradshaw tries to set a good example for all his coaches. You're right.
Bradshaw just stopped collecting money. He's in the booth, and I'm going to get him on the headset here soon.
I think we need to bring him over here, you know. He does play-by-play for some sports. He should be here for baseball. Well, that's going to bring in a run.
Yeah, he walked him, which is what Coach A was worried about when he went out there to talk to him. Strikes now. We need strikes, Mr. Metters.
Now batting, number 9, Hunter Johnson.
Hunter Johnson, the University of Dubuque scholarship winner. He's going to be going to Iowa next year.
A lot of pressure on the young sophomore.
Well,
Bases loaded, the number one team in the district, and we only have one out.
You know what? This is how you grow. This is how you get better. Take a pitcher, a sophomore like this, put him in this situation, make him work. Little hit, a little swimmer right down third base line time before.
Yeah. I'm looking at that American flag, and it's just got a little bit of wind, little flurry, headed towards left. We saw a grand slam out there tonight.
And ball's outside, and he's got him. He's out.
Yeah, he is. There you go, Southeast Seminoles.
That was a great play by
Woo!
Kareem. Kareem Lewis again throws him out on a ball.
And my third baseman, Adam. No, you're not leaving, Bradshaw. Here's our athletic director, Daniel Bradshaw.
I've never done an interview with Mr. Bradshaw. I'd love to talk to him.
Here at Southeast, Coach.
I'll put the headset on for a moment. It's usually I only wear this in the gymnasium when Coach Harder here is on the bench over there coaching. That's my one gig with SETV. But
You have a lot of gigs. Tell us. What do you
well,
do
a
these days?
little bit of everything. You know, I
Used to be a
sold
wrestling
some tickets a while ago, and I'm the administrator on duty tonight. So I'll put a third hat on for the evening. Coach McGee here, who's the jack of all trades, play-by-play man, volleyball, softball, baseball. Pulls a mean chain on a Friday night football game.
Oh,
So
mean chain.
we got the number one crew here this evening.
Give me a shout out for those wrestlers. How far did we
Oh
go
man, we
this
had a
year?
great season. Had 4 kids go to states. We had a boy take 4th, Stephen Kelly, 4th in the state this year, and Darian Grant, Jonathan Locke, also 1 match away from placing. The great thing, all 4 kids go to the state tournament. They're all juniors. We'll get them all back next year.
Wow.
So,
That's what I wanted to hear.
You know, good things.
It's the same. It's
And who's our
10
wrestling
after
coach
5.
that replaced you?
Well, Nick Baldy is our wrestling coach. He's a Wisconsin native. Played a little wrestled Division III, but here we go here. Kareem coming up, see if he can make a play at the plate after what a great defensive stop he just had. Yeah, they're letting you know there was a third headset there, Coach. You didn't have to give me yours.
Hey, I got a question for you, Mr. Bradshaw. What is going to happen with football next year?
Well, we've hired a new head football coach,
And his name?
Rashad West.
Who played at?
Rashad is a '97 Southeast alum, and very excited about what he's going to bring to our football program. Lots of support here already from the community because he's a local boy come back home from Broward County where he's been a head coach at 2 schools. So looking forward to good things this fall.
Wow. I saw him on campus today. What will his position be?
Currently, he is a E-Tech teacher with Manatee County Schools, a virtual school. He will finish out the year doing that. He's been doing that for many years. They can kind of work from anywhere. They work from home. They go into the office 1 day a week. So long term, next year, still to be determined what's his teaching role going to be on campus. He's an English teacher, English and PE, so he could kind of fit the bill in a couple spots depending on what we need.
But the E-Tech doesn't stand for English.
No,
What's- so what's the difference with an E-Tech teacher and a regular teacher?
Well, E-Tech is the Manatee County Virtual School.
Okay. I knew that.
So
I'm not sure my audience did.
our
That's-
online students that take online classes, but they're taught by local Manatee County teachers. So that's the E-Tech. And so he teaches in that program and teaches English as well as health. And so he is here on campus right now on his computer, on his phone, dealing with students that are online students, but he's still able to do the off-season conditioning and things with football. So
I checked on him a couple nights ago, Coach Bradshaw, and you should have seen that weight room. It was rocking.
they were working.
Man,
They're working them hard.
it's too humid this time of year for those kids. I'm telling you, they were really sweating.
They're good stuff.
Mid-March,
How do you
right?
get better?
Spring football is just around the corner, April 25th. We got a spring football game here at home on May 19th. So
Throw down to first. And it's a strikeout. That brings us 2 outs.
Coach Bradshaw scheduled that game on my birthday on purpose. Did everybody catch that out there?
May the 19th.
Yes.
yeah, strike out in the dirt there. Lyons tries to get to first, but they threw him out.
Thank you very much. That is ball 1 on.
Yeah, we need a run, Seminoles. I brought
Yeah.
Bradshaw into the booth so we'd get a run here. 9-zip, 4th inning.
Tell you, this pitcher is
Oh.
one of the best we've seen all year,
Danny.
if not the best.
Yeah, and he's got a number of pitches, but the fastball is right down the money.
That was popped up out of play. Bring the count ball 1, strike 1.
We haven't gotten his pitch count up because he's been pitching so well.
Correct.
Can't wear him out a little bit.
I was telling Coach Harder that Micah Davis, the pitcher, is heading to Ava Maria down in Fort Myers
Yep.
on a scholarship.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They've got a new football program there at Ave Maria. I think they're in their second year right now.
I've heard that.
So they've been rumored that they might start a wrestling team. We'll have to wait and see.
Wow.
We have one collegiate program in Florida right now at Southeastern in Lakeland. But there may be some more jumping on board.
Popped up out of play.
I knew we'd get some wrestling discussion if we brought him up here.
Every now and then.
Nothing wrong with that. Just
The NCAA wrestling tournament is actually being done right now, Madison Square Garden this weekend.
no kidding. Who else would have known that on campus?
And caught by the right fielder.
It's the end of the inning.
That brings us to the at the end of 4.
Yeah, we head to the 5th.
Score 9-0. I'm going to send you away for a minute. We've got a PSA coming up. I just want to say that you're listening to SETV Sports. Okay, thanks. Much. Welcome back to Southeast Baseball here on the campus of Southeast High School in Bradenton, Florida. We got a 9-0 game going in the top of the 5th.
And we've got some tough news for Coach Brett down there in the dugout. His boys just lost in double overtime in the NCAA basketball. No one go down there and tell him, please.
Oh, my gosh.
Purdue is out on the first round. Wow.
But who won that opening game today? That's right, Duke won their first game today. So
Were they playing number 16? Is that what you're
they were
saying?
playing number 13.
Okay,
They're not
well,
a 1 seed this year.
That was a close game.
They-
Duke
oh,
was in
They were
trouble
behind
most
at
of the game.
halftime to UNC Wilmington.
This is the year of the upset. There's going to be, I heard about Yale, the academic team.
First NCAA victory in school history.
My
Beats
goodness.
Baylor today. So,
My goodness.
but here we go. Back to the baseball.
Coming back in to pitch for Southeast is Cody Metters. That's Kyle's brother, probably. I'm going to assume because of the same last
Oh,
name.
yeah, Cody's a junior. Kyle's older brother.
Yep. Kyle's a sophomore. And a little outside for ball 1.
You noticed how I was able to fit 30 seconds of basketball in there, though, didn't you guys? That's all they're going to give me here.
Hey,
I can see that.
the hottest team in the NCAA is UConn, guys. Watch out for them. When they beat Kansas, it's going to be all uphill from there.
I don't know. I have Oklahoma in this year. When was the last time Oklahoma won the NCAA? This is their year.
Okay.
Nobody else picked Oklahoma. but
I'll
me.
write that one down, Coach Harder.
Well, they 88 Oklahoma Kansas final. No, not 88.
How would you know that, Coach Bradshaw?
I'm an
Where did you get that from?
NCAA junkie.
Jeez.
Kansas won it, but Oklahoma was in the final. Danny Manning and Kansas won the title.
You
Oh,
weren't
that's
even
right.
born in
That's
'88.
right.
I was born. I wasn't watching the game. I was too young for that. But when you grow up in North Carolina, this is
That's
the
true.
best time
There
of
you
year.
go.
When I picked them in the pool, I knew it had been a long time, but there's no way I could have given that quote 88. Math major.
Count
Dan
evens at
Bradshaw.
2 and 2 for Booker. And in the dirt for ball 3. Bringing the count full. Just to let you know, coming back to pitch is Cody Metters. And I know I mentioned that, but he's back out there. Little high for ball 4. And walking down to first base is Mr. Brown, Cody Brown.
Cody Metters has a 1.05 on his ERA. earned run average. He's pitched in 8 games. On base percentage of 353.
Well, his ERA might go up just a little bit for after this game.
Well, Cody's a lefty. They use him in relief, and at this level, there's not a lot of lefty pitchers. So
that's for sure.
He's been able to kind of, he's got some lankiness to him, and kind of hides that ball behind him as he goes.
Got ahead of Micah, 0-1, and a ball. Bring the count 1 ball, 2 balls, no strikes. I thought he called it a strike, but I guess it wasn't. Swing and a miss. That's going to bring the count 2-1, and the runner goes down to second on that one as it goes into center field. Center fielder backs it up nicely and throws it back into the shortstop.
Almost seemed like a delayed steal there.
Ball got a little away a little bit by Kareem.
Yeah.
And you can see here on the replay, ball gets out a little bit. Kareem goes to get it, and a little late. And a little low. 3-1's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, runners on. Runner on second. Swing and a miss. Brings the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Micah. Cody Brown on second. No outs.
I watched him line up for the flag salute tonight, and there was 11 players for Booker. This is a tight unit. That 11 boys. They usually play 9 during the game, and these kids are good. They're 5-1 in the district for a reason. Taking on my Seminoles tonight, 9-0. Here we are in the 5th. Our 3rd pitcher.
Count full to Micah Davis. And ball 4.
Yeah, we currently sit 3rd in the standings, the district standings, but the way we do postseason here in Florida, it's anybody's game once you get to that district tournament. And I would say the top 4 teams of each, we split with Bayshore. Lakewood split with Booker. We beat Lakewood the first time. It's anybody's game once we can get there.
I agree. We just interviewed Jack Howell, our softball coach, and he was in the same position. He doesn't want that coin flip. He's in 3rd.
Right.
And if that keeps us away from playing Bayshore in the first round, 1-4, I'm all for that 3rd spot.
That's where the baseball team sits too.
Yeah.
But if they can
getting close now, Dan. We're getting close to districts.
Ryan Heller up, number 14, the right fielder.
All right, we've got 2 more games when we get back after spring break. We got, of all things, fogged out of the game with Gibbs on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Couldn't take the bus to St. Pete because the fog on the bridge was too bad, but we'll make that game up and play St. Pete Lakewood after spring break.
So our girls in softball have a game on Monday, but you're saying our boys team is off for the week. There's no baseball here next week?
Correct.
Okay.
Looks like it's going to go foul. And he can't get to it.
The one who's going to appreciate that the most is Mrs. Bradshaw. I don't think she has seen her husband since August.
Hey, I always said that.
Could be a week off.
How could anybody be an AD, for God's sake?
This was actually
how many hours you put in a week?
Impossible.
This was a pretty good week. I didn't.
You were here every night.
I was here Monday. We had a booster meeting and a baseball game Monday, and I was nothing Tuesday, nothing Wednesday, and tonight. That's it. 2 nights. Well, I guess I had the conference call soccer meeting Tuesday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Forgot about that one.
And you brought all the food and supplies for the athletic banquet at the
well, that was all on Monday
basketball.
evening. That was all together. They
You
punched-
do a lot, Dan. We're really lucky.
And Coach Bradshaw, I really appreciate the green beer you brought us tonight.
No.
You,
I like my job.
Oh, you didn't bring us that. Okay.
Yeah, you need to recant that statement.
Oh, okay. It's Zephyr Hills water. You're right.
I'll put a drop of food coloring in your water bottle if you really want it. This was nice of Mr. Sanders picking St. Patty's Day to do this broadcast this evening, though, wasn't it?
It was just wonderful of him.
John Carl already thanked him. I think he was headed to Clancy's to meet Coach Everly. but-
Thinking ahead to next week, you're right. Spring break, baseball could have had as many games as they wanted next week. They just couldn't be here. just like with basketball, that Veterans Day, we know not to have a home game anymore at Veterans Day, right?
This is Coach Bradshaw, who lived in the gym over Christmas to run the Willie Clemens
I don't mind that,
12th annual.
but
Veterans Day is off. I'll remember that.
those days without school, record days and Veterans Day.
Ball gets away from the catcher coming home. And he scores.
That makes it 10.
Micah Davis, that makes it 11.
11, we got to get a run.
You got to get at least 2.
You got to get 2 runs.
We bat in the 5th.
Bat and extend this game.
As we all know, it's mercy rule is 10 runs after 5. Still got a run around second, no outs.
It's low.
James Baldwin, number 20.
Don, other than the pitching change, all our fielders are in their same position. Am I correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hit to shortstop.
Get him out at first. Yeah. Advances the runner.
He started coming in. I was wondering if he didn't know how many outs there were, but he knew.
I think there has been one fielding shift there, Coach. I think
Tell me.
Kevin Lyons left shortstop to go play center field. You got Alex Canonez over at short now, and Kyle Metters
Defensively, they
left the
switched
mound
around.
to play
Okay,
second.
good.
Yeah, there was a little shift of the positions there.
Defensively.
Right, same 9, just in a different location.
Okay, good. Must have been while I was talking basketball. Or maybe it was wrestling.
No, wasn't much of that.
And getting away from
Oh, boy.
And here comes the 12th run. That's Ryan Heller scoring. Clears the bases, but it makes it 12-0. 2
You've
balls,
one out.
no strikes, 1 out. The good thing is Southeast does get its final ups, so no matter what. Strike.
That was pretty. That was right down the middle. Need 2 more of those.
Yeah, little outside, bringing the count, hitters count 3-1. Hey, I was going to mention a former Southeast baseball player
Oh, my goodness.
gets
Let me guess.
gets 1 at bat in the Pittsburgh Pirate spring training game and hits a home run.
A year ago tonight, he was in the booth
That's
with
right,
us.
and we interviewed
here.
him. We interviewed him
I
years
asked
ago,
him
that's
about
right.
his mother.
2 nights before that game, he was out here at the game with me, and we had a good long conversation about he's still got Michael Suki, we're speaking of, has to complete student teaching to finish his full degree down at Florida Gulf Coast. His mom's on his case to make sure he finishes that degree. And, of course, the Pirates will pay for his school, but he can't – the time won't allow it right now while he's playing. But, yeah, he had an at-bat last week down at Port Charlotte.
His first at-bat as a major leaguer.
And hit a solo home run, the only run scored by the Pirates that day.
Well, that's just amazing, and I know he's going to probably go back down to the minor leagues at the end of spring training here. But what an inspiration for every baseball player at Southeast.
Yeah, well, the great thing for Michael this year, he's going to be high A at least start the season here in Bradenton, playing for the Marauders every day. So
it's whole
lots
family.
of opportunities for family and friends and alumni to go out and watch him watch him hit, and right over there at McKechnie.
And autographs. I mean, I cut the article out of the Bradenton Herald, and he's going to sign it, doggone it.
So when do you put that up for auction on eBay? Because I know you and those
I think it's already up.
Those
He hasn't got it
collectibles.
yet, but he already put it on eBay.
those collectibles. Maybe at
No,
the
it's-
coin shop. We have it at the antique store up for sale.
It's going to be framed in my room. I
Gotcha.
taught him American
Gotcha.
history. You
Gotcha.
remember that.
I do. Well, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for letting me. Thanks
Oh,
for
we really
handing me
appreciate
the
you coming
headset
on,
up
Coach.
here, but I'm going to go down and make sure everything's good. 'cause
We appreciate you, Coach Bradshaw.
Unfortunately,
this whole school does.
if things don't turn around here, this is going to be the last 3 outs of the game. But thanks a lot, Coach Harder and Coach McGee, for doing this, and for SCTV. It definitely first class.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Wow, that was awful nice to have Coach Bradshaw come in and well, you know what's tough. What's tough is that you got a 12-0 game. I mean, how do we fill time, for God's sakes? What are we going to say? Come on, Southeast. You know, you only need 12 runs, okay? 13 runs, and you know. But yeah, we really did. It was wonderful to be able to speak to.
Just Mike and Mike. There's a whole crew. These kids keep coming up here and telling me to keep the headset on, and they're giving me advice how to pronounce the coach's name, and they're all over the place.
Wow, that director is something else.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she's on my case all the time.
We'll have to give her a plug when we learn her name. She'll be up here in a minute with her name.
Yeah, that's why I said. There we go. She's already been in the Bradenton Herald and I think Sarasota Herald also. So
I knew it was Alexis. I'm just kidding.
she's got enough
These
fame
IB
already.
kids.
I'm sure she's going to go on to a great career.
Fortunate to have her. Sanders is the lucky one.
Yeah, he is.
I don't get too many of those IB kids.
Got a little ball, a little high, little chin music from Booker pitcher, Micah,
Alex took it though.
and a strike.
Ooh, tad low there, Ump.
Well, 1 ball, 1 strike, no matter what. Outside, ball 2. Oh, he appealed, but no, it's still a ball.
Yeah, that Ump's. Maybe he's ready for Clancy's. He's on a St. Patrick's roll.
I thought the catcher's supposed to ask, or somebody's supposed to ask for that appeal, but he just did it on his own. But anyways, it doesn't make any difference. Brings the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And we have 1 out.
Oh,
no, that was
well, we have 2 outs. So I'm sorry, you're mistaken on that. Okay. I know that Alex Quinones didn't agree with that.
No, that
particular
was
call.
low, Coach.
Well, you know,
You think Alexis could play that back? There she comes.
and we're going to see that replay, and a great framing job by the catcher. is
I'm
what it
saying,
is.
he's the one that called it. He
Yeah.
lifted up the mitt.
Yep, it's a good job by the catcher.
Jeez.
That's what you teach catchers.
He pulled that one inside, thinking
put
he'd
that
get the
arm bar-
corner.
Yep, he did that too. But you just give that arm bar, stick it right out there, and let the umpire see a strike. And that was another one.
Yeah, that was a
Count
cut.
1
That,
and
that
2.
was right down the middle.
Zach Hughes, number 18 up. Strike 3. Strike 2, excuse me.
That's all right. That's only your first mistake tonight, Don. Come
No,
on.
it-
You can play it back and see that was your only mistake.
Yeah. No, I told you it was strike 3. There it is, right there.
You and your crystal ball. And that pitch was a little low.
I think that's going to bring us to the end of this game. It's going to be a 12-0 game.
Tough
Back
loss.
there.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid it's me. This team's been doing really well all year, and I get in the booth and
You know what?
and
It
we
doesn't
get-
really make any difference because the
we get beat.
districts are coming up. They're going to be happening, and that's the start of a whole new season. And really, right now, basically all you're trying to do is get a good seeding. And I think And so once we come back, I want to go over this and explain everything. But for right now, I think what we need to do is go
Check-
to a PSA.
check that
You're listening
sportsmanship.
to SCTV Sports.
It all adds up. Clean up after yourself. It's not that hard.
It all started with just an innocent picture. My friends and I were going to the beach, and I just bought a brand new bathing suit. So I took a picture, and I posted it on Facebook. I didn't think it was anything bad or racy, but now everyone at school has seen it, and they're saying bad things about me. I never wanted it to come to this. I didn't think any of this would happen. I wish I could just take it back, but I can't.
Think before you click.
Well, it was just a tremendous night. It was a great game. Yes, we lost 12-0, but I'll tell you this, Coach Harder, this was a well-played game by both teams. Actually, there was some seeing eye singles. There were some loop singles. There was a one great hit home run by Booker for a grand slam. But outside of that, both teams played pretty darn well. And again, this is the regular season. Yes, it's three with the Southeast is 3-3. Booker goes to 6-1, but that doesn't change anything in the standings right now. The whole thing is that in the district, when they meet for the district finals, it's going to be a whole new season, and it's like they're starting fresh. So
I'm agreeing with you, Don. Booker came out strong, 11 ball players, and they're a tight unit. I'm really a coach that looks towards attitude and what motivation is there. They had 4 coaches constantly working with the boys. You see them right now out there on the field. The sportsmanship after the game. It's a district that cares about each other. It's a neighborhood that cares about each other. We're right down the road from each other, and I was impressed with what I saw. My team, we're young, and we've got a young coach, and it's only going to get better. Look at them out there. They mean business. We saw sophomores, left-handed pitchers. We saw a lot of support on the bench. It was a great night for baseball. I just wish we would have been on the other end of it. In the district tournament, we could do that. We're not out of this thing by any stretch of the imagination.
you are absolutely correct, and I just think that we started this whole broadcast off by talking about a new attitude, a new way of looking at things, fresh coaches, fresh players, and I think that we're heading in the right direction. So anyways, for Southeast Baseball and SCTV Sports, I want to thank Coach Harder. This is Don McGee signing off. 12-0 was the ending, the final score.
Thank you, Don McGee. Thank you, Mike. And Mike, this was SCTV at its finest, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. I appreciate you asking me up here in the booth.
Have a wonderful night.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.